Hey there, I'm Elizabeth Scott. I write young adult novels, and today I'm going to be tackling Australian slang. So for those of you in Australia who see this, don't laugh too much. I'm trying, I swear. And then I'm going to answer a couple questions. All right, the first one I have to decipher is Adam's Ale. I'm guessing that's apple juice. Is it? You guys will tell me, right? Okay. The next one is Barney. Here in America, my first thought is Big Purple Dinosaur on PBS, but that can't be right. Barney. A cop? I don't know. I'm totally guessing here. The next one is cobber, which is a really cool word, actually. I like that. C-O-B-B-E-R, cobber. I cobber away with her. That's probably like completely incorrect usage, but I'm gonna say cobber means to like sneak off or run away with. Okay, again, guessing, you guys, feel free to mock, endlessly. The next one is budgie smugglers. Probably has something to do with underwear. Maybe a bra. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm probably wrong. But yeah, my guess would be a bra for that one. Ocker. Oh man, you guys have awesome slang. Okay, O-C-K-E-R, ocker. Ocker. I have no idea. It sounds like a kind of bird, like a kind of bird that goes around going, ock, ock! But that's probably not it. So again, you guys will have to fill me in on that one. The next one is struth. S-T-R-U-T-H. And I'm guessing that means like struth. Like it's the truth, like some sort of slang for it's the truth or it's real, maybe. This is just based on like, well, it's just a total guess. You guys figured it out. All right, and then we've got ta. I do know what that means. I'm pretty sure it means, well, okay, I'm pretty sure it means goodbye, because you say ta, right? And that to me would mean goodbye. Yeah, goodbye. I'm gonna go with goodbye for that one. All right, and then the last one is a few kangaroos loose in the top paddock, which I'm guessing is like the American equivalent of, a couple bricks shy of a full load. Meaning that the person is, kind of not all there. So that's my guess for those Australian slang words. Feel free to tell me how wrong I am on all of them. I especially want to know what ocker means because, like, seriously, it does sound like a bird to me. And now I'm going to be spending the rest of the day thinking, ock, ock, and, going like this. So, yeah, you guys need to fill me in on that. And then there's a couple questions. Is homecoming as big a deal as it's depicted in books, movies, and TV in America? It really depends on where you live and I think how into the whole high school thing you are. Like, for instance, where I grew up, homecoming was a huge deal. Not really so much because of like the football game or whatever, but because of there was a big dance afterwards and everyone went to that. But I do know that in some places don't even have homecoming. Like, for instance, where my husband went to school, they didn't have a homecoming at all. So I think it really just depends on where you live. I'd say you're going to find more of an emphasis on homecoming in the South and the Midwest than you would in the Northeast. But again, that's just a guess on my part. I can only speak for myself, and where I grew up, homecoming was a huge deal. And for my husband, who grew up in the North, they didn't even have homecoming. Let's see. Sarah Dessen's this lullaby still has me confused as to what Ensure is exactly. Ensure is like this dietary supplement drink that they advertise on TV all the time as like a meal replacement. What it is it's like this thick soy protein shake that's got vitamins added to it. They give it to sick people sometimes to drink. Well, at least that's what they used to do. They would give it to sick people to drink when they were in the hospital, as a way to make sure that they still got some calories and some vitamins and some protein and things like that. But nowadays they sell it for people who are like on diets, as a meal replacer, which to me, like, you know, why would you want to drink your meal? You know, don't you just want to eat it? You know, I want to eat my meal. But yeah, that's what Ensure is. And then pumpkin pie, is it really that good? That is a loaded question. There are two schools of thought on pumpkin pie. The first school of thought on pumpkin pie totally loves it. What pumpkin pie is, it's basically actually, what people do is they go out and they buy a can of pumpkin pie filling, which is pumpkin that's like been sweetened and then has spices added to it, like cloves and nutmeg and ginger, and then you put it in a pie shell and bake it. Some people might make pumpkin pie from scratch, but like actually baking pumpkin and then turning it into pumpkin pie would be pretty time consuming. So most people actually just buy pumpkin pie mix in a can, you know. And some people love it. If you like gordish tasting sweet pies, then pumpkin pie is totally for you. For instance, my husband loves pumpkin pie. I, on the other hand, would rather eat my dog's food than have pumpkin pie. I am not a fan of the pumpkin. Luckily, I'm allergic to it, so I don't have to eat it. I did have a piece once when I was little, and it was not a pleasant experience, which might explain why I don't like pumpkin pie. But yes, pumpkin pie is basically cooked pumpkin mixed with spices and sweetened and then baked in a pie shell. And it's traditionally served, sorry about that, I sound like Kermit the Frog now, or like some person with a very bad voice. Anyway, it's a dessert that's traditionally served at like Thanksgiving, Christmas, holidays. It's not something, or sometimes around Halloween, like it's kind of a fall dessert, but again, like you either love it or you hate it. I've never met anyone who was like, pumpkin pie, I can take it or leave it. They're either like, ooh, pumpkin pie, or like, ugh, pumpkin pie, yay, like me. And then finally, the last question was Australian authors that excite you. There are a lot of really amazing Australian authors out there, and I wish actually that their books were more readily available in the United States. Just off the top of my head, two I can think of are Bridget Lowry, who writes really fantastic books that a couple of them have been available in the States, and they're just amazing. Guitar Highway Rose is one of them. And then the other one is Barry Jonesberg, who I know I just butchered the last name, and Barry, if you see this, I'm sorry. Just know I butcher everyone's name. I can't help it. It's just a horrible habit of mine. Who wrote a great book called Am I Right or Am I Right, which features this like amazing, unreliable narrator, and it's funny, and it's funny, and it's heartbreaking, and it's just an amazing book, and like it never got the attention it deserved here in the States, never. But that actually happens with a lot of Australian authors, I think. Although obviously Melina Marchetta, whose name I also probably just butchered, she did win the Prince for Angelica Road, so I think she is getting the recognition she deserves finally, which is nice. So that's just the three authors I can think of off the top of my head. I'm sure I will think of plenty more later, because I actually buy a lot of Australian and UK young adult novels. So what I'll do is, as I think of more, I'll just come over to the blog and just add them. And if you guys have any Australian authors you think I should check out, definitely let me know about them, okay? Because I'm always looking for awesome young adult books to read. All right, thanks for listening to me babble about Australian slang and my answers to your questions about American stuff. And but again, just thank you. This was fun.